The visa process for tourists coming to Vietnam is pretty damn annoying. There's a lot of people that have been getting their visas denied. So today I'm gonna help you through the application process so you can avoid any stress before your trip. I'm gonna apply for my own 90-day tourist visa. We're gonna walk through it step by step together. I'll answer any questions about the application process, what to do if you get denied, and at the end of the video we'll find out if I got approved for my visa. We'll see if I actually know what I'm talking about. So first of all, who needs a visa? There's 25 countries that are on a visa exempt list, which means you can show up with your passport, you can come in for 45 days. So for most people, that's gonna be plenty enough time for your trip. I'll link the list of countries below, so double check and see if you're on that list. If you're not on the visa exempt list, for example, Americans, Canadians, Australians, then you're gonna need to apply for an e-visa. So I'm gonna show you how to do that now. Let's get into it. All right, getting started. First thing we're gonna do, let's just type in e-visa Vietnam into Google or search. It's gonna come up. It's literally the first option here, okay? So there's a couple different websites that have been used in the past. When they changed to the new 90 days in August of 2023, they had a new website for a period of time while they were fixing this old website, but now it's back to the original website. So this is the only website you should use to fill out your visa. So it's evisa.suetnhucang.gov. Like I said, it's the first option that comes up if you type in e-visa Vietnam. So here we go, $25 for a single entry, $50 for multiple entry. Confirmation here. Okay, so the two main reasons why people are getting denied has to do with your pictures and or your name. Okay, so for the picture, white background, just above, just a little bit of your shoulders is your best bet. So let's see, I've got my visa pics here. Here's my picture, looks good. There's an app you can use. You don't have to go to a place. You can literally just do it on your phone at home. There's an app you can use that will crop it down to the right size for you and give you a white background. So I'll link that app. There's a bunch of free ones you can use. Passport picture, here we go. Okay, so really important that white background here has to have your whole head with a tiny bit of shoulders here. Your passport page has to be really clear. You have to be able to see all these numbers here. Obviously, all the information has to be really clear. Surname is your last name or your family name. Given name is your first and middle name or any other names, right? So you can see here, it's already put it in automatically for me, but it doesn't have my middle name. So I think a lot of people get messed up there. Sometimes it'll take the information from your passport photo here and kind of do it automatically, but double check, make sure it has all of your names, date of birth. Okay, here we are, United States. Your ID card number is your passport number. So don't put a driver's license or something like that. It has to be your passport number right here. Sex? Yes, please. Religion? Not important. I always just put none. No problem. Email, re-enter email. Great. Have you ever used any other passports to enter into Vietnam? Yes. I'm going to choose yes because I have an old passport that expired. Okay, so I'm just going to put in this old information real quick. Multiple nationalities. I do not. I know some people will have like a British passport and an Irish passport, for example, but I don't think you need to do anything here. Violation of Vietnamese laws, hopefully not. Okay, e-visa request. I'm going to go for multiple entry. And I'm going to be coming into Vietnam on the 20th of November. And I already did the math for my 90 days. Will be February about 15th, I believe. Okay, let's say 15th. Okay, so it's going to tell you if you've gone too far. if it's more than 90 days. Okay, passport, date of issue, place, USA, expiration date. You have to have at least 6 months validity for your passport left, or otherwise you'll get denied. Do you hold any other valid passports? So again, if you're one of those people that have two passports, if you're not planning on using both of those or something like that, you don't have to say that you have two passports there. Just get on with it. Okay, your occupation, stuff like that, not super important. Purpose of entry. There's a bunch of options here, but just choose tourism. If you're with a tour or an agency or something, then you could put that stuff in here, but mostly not. Intended length of stay, I'm going to say 90 days. Intended date of entry, it's going to be the 20th of November. Okay, big question here. For a long time, your entry port was very strict. You had to choose the correct entry port. It's not the case anymore. So just use your best guess. If you're not sure, just choose Ho Chi Minh City or Hanoi. But I already have my flights, so I know that I'm going to choose Da Nang Airport. There we go. Exit through, I'll just say Da Nang, because I'm not sure. Okay, intended temporary residential address in Vietnam. I'm just going to put the general area. If you know a hotel address or something like that, sure, you can go for it. But I'm just going to put in basic information here and we'll see if we get approved. City, Da Nang City. Okay, have you been to Vietnam in the last year? Yes. So I'm going to put in my last visa information. So I'm just going to put my last visa there. I'm going to try that, just putting in the most recent information. Okay, intended expenses in USD. I don't know, you can make something up here. I'm going to say 1,000 US dollars. Who will cover the application? Say credit card. Do you have health insurance? Choose yes, no matter what. And I'm just going to put travel insurance. Simple. Review application form. They'll send you an email with this, so you don't have to write down all this information. Just choose OK. Let's double check all my pictures. Everything looks good. So check your pictures, make sure everything's clear. Check your name. First and middle name over here, last name and our surname. Okay, everything looks good. Now we're going to click on payment, but they won't start to process your visa until you've paid for it. So we're going to go ahead and pay right away. It's 50 US dollars. They're going to give you the exchange rate here. Pay e-visa. Okay, so important note there that might confuse some people. You have to press, so down here you can see you can press continue. It'll give you a one window where you have to agree to something and then press continue. And then it'll go back to the same page again. You have to hit continue again. So you have to hit 3 buttons basically before this next window will pop up where it's actually going to go through. So now we'll confirm here. Some people that have had problems with payment, people say that if you do a different browser, Chrome works well, and they say Safari doesn't work, has the most problems. So if it's not letting you do the payment process, then try a different browser. Okay, it's taking a few seconds here. Successful authentication, lovely. Okay, my bank is showing that the payment has gone through. Payment success, so that should be it. So I'm going to wait 3 days here. If I need to check, I can come to this page here, put in the code that's in the email, put in your email address, your date of birth, this CAPTCHA, and search, and it'll show you. It'll either say it's denied or it's in processing. If this video is helping you guys at all, please like and subscribe to the channel. If you're coming to Vietnam, I've got a bunch more videos about food and travel around Vietnam you can check out. So please help out the channel if you can. I appreciate that. Here's another important point. If your visa gets issued and it has the wrong dates, or the name is wrong, or any information is wrong on the visa, there's no way to fix it. You have to start over from scratch, start a new application, pay a new fee, and get it done that way. There's no way to go back and change it. So we finished up the visa process, so now we have to wait 3 working days. So the visa is always going to take at least 3 full working days. Saturdays and Sundays don't count. So for example, I just applied on a Wednesday afternoon. So Thursday, Friday, Monday will be 3 working days. So 5 o'clock p.m. on Monday evening, I should get an email saying that the visa is approved or there's some mistake that I need to fix. If I don't hear anything on Monday at 5 o'clock, then I would go in and search and see if I can find some information on it. But it's not going to be finished before 3 working days. What to do if something gets denied? So if it does come back in 3 days, it's either going to say your pictures aren't clear or there's something wrong with your name. Sometimes your pictures are perfect and it gets denied for some reason. It's really strict. Even if you look at the pictures and you say it's perfectly clear, take a new picture and send it in again. So sometimes you just have to submit a new picture and click submit, and then it'll go through 3 days later. So that's why you always want to apply at least a good 2 weeks ahead of time so you have time to fix it if it takes a couple extra days. Surprise, surprise, surprise. So just as I was mentioning, 3 days later after I initially applied for the visa, I get an email on the Monday afternoon saying it's denied, that I have to fix the application for low quality passport data page. Okay, this is funny because you can see in the video before that the picture that I uploaded was 100% crystal clear. You could read everything perfectly. It's a perfect picture. There was absolutely no problem with the passport page. But here you go, it gets denied. Also, I've used that exact same picture before that got approved for my last visa. So there's no rhyme or reason to it. It's not going to make sense. But there's a lot of people getting denied applications. So just know that you're probably going to have to fix something. And that's why I can't stress enough to apply way ahead of time. So I took a new photo with my phone, an objectively worse picture than the original picture, and uploaded that. 3 days later, it gets approved. So now I can copy this registration code number here, click on the link, paste here, email, date of birth, CAPTCHA. Here you can see it. Full name, granted visa, 3 months. I can click here and print it. So I've already gone out of the country, went to Japan, came back, used the visa, all good. So we're back in Vietnam. So there you have it. It's going to work, but you probably get denied at least once, so be prepared to fix that. And yeah, pain in the ass, but we're all good now.